right, they saying that Big T, Donald Trump could be commuting Diddy's sentence as early as this week. He a businessman. Y'all allegedly, y'all think he not pardoning people and not getting some on the back end? He don't care about that 200,000 he don't care nothing about the 200,000 that I think the president making somewhere about there, 200,000, 250,000. Like, y'all be thinking that money, it's about the power. You know how they kind of talking about credit and having cash? Like, they kind of remind me of that. Like, the power that you have as a politician, they get so much money off the record or so much power. Like, you see people do the roads, like, that's a recommendation. So look, I'm gonna get you this $1 million deal fixing the roads in DC. You gonna give me $250,000 of that, and y'all gonna fix the roads. That's all it is. You know, whether it's something like outsourcing for extra trash pickup. Hey, guess what? My mans want that. I'm gonna get you this $1 million deal or this $500,000 deal. Hey, throw me $100K. It's the untaxable money that they getting under that table, bro. It's the power play. It's like, you know, the whole thing about George Bush, the son. You know, he was doing all of that shit. They was allegedly going over to like the Middle East, and you know, in Iraq, they had like gold. Everything was gold. Waterfront. Man, a lot of those soldiers in them was, you know, allegedly stealing gold. The gold they had in his palace, he had gold knobs, and you know, at one point he got the key to the city of Detroit. Saddam Hussein. I had a video like that on my Motor City Sports Talk channel. Just put Motor City Sports Talk Saddam Hussein in. He got the key to Detroit, and there's pictures to prove it. Matter of fact, you go to Motor City Sports Talk Twitter. I got a pin. Real shit. So you got to understand, man. He's a businessman, and you know he's like one of those businessmen that shouldn't have been president. You know, when they didn't sell him the Buffalo Bills, and check out the current news playlist, he went to go be president, which is crazy, right? It's harder to own an NFL team than it is to be president. To let you know something, but you know, it's a deal. It's financial deals, and he used his money to set his future up, set his kids up, set his legacy up, and that's the difference, man. When you when you marry, the thing about marrying, you can say what you want to say about his wife not liking you and all that. See, in the community, we have this that we have this belief that when you marry somebody, you got to love them, you got to like them. You know what I'm saying? In America, no, it ain't like that. It's a business. It's what to. That's why you have arranged marriages. It's about what's best for both families. That's why both families get together. Everybody think it's the father that make the decision. It's a family decision. It could be the grandparents, the great grandparents, and the parents all making the decisions. Even the brothers and sisters can get in this decision and see what's best for the family. They own gas stations. We own 7-Elevens. Let's put it together. Make the name stronger. That's what it's about. The last name. It's about the families building financial freedom and legacy. In America, that's what it's about. It's not about loving your partner and all this stuff. It's about what's best for the legacy of the family. And who can train and get our kids best prepared to, just like I'm on this road standing between the lines, who can get our kids best prepared to stand between this line, take this baton, and keep it moving forward. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. It's not I love you or your fat ass and all that. There's other things you can do for that. It's about that dollar. It's about equity. And they understand that. You go, his wife look like he hates him. Man, probably do. Oh, he like it, but it's about the family. It's bigger than that. So when you talking about God, family, and all that, that's what it's about. And most of the black people and most of the people that's been Americanized, they believe it's about, you know, a feeling and I love her and all that stuff. But if you can find real love, that's fine. That's just a bonus. You know? But it's a business. Being president is a business. It ain't about the 200,000, man. That ain't really shit. They can get that 200. It's the place that they could make for their families to have longevity. Oil business like George Bush. You know, relationships and funding and putting their people in place for government contracts and getting kickback for government contracts. So, you know, pretty much Diddy, you know, they say been making a bunch of money. just renting out his private jet while he in jail. So, will Trump commute him? Won't he commute him? No, it's pretty much down to the figures. He's down to the figures. Got out, NBA YoungBoy, got out Kodak Black. Let me say this, and one thing about women or about people in general in America, when they feel like they don't like you, no matter what you do, they don't like you unless it's directly for them, and they still don't like you. I mean, he's done things that, other presidents haven't done. He got Kwame Kilpatrick out. Obama didn't do that. That's why I say, man, when you hear some people, black people speak about, how some of their white friends or non-black friends are better friends than black people. I can see that happening. Friends and bonds have no color. Realness and people with sincerity have no color. It has no color. This is why you can't, and I be trying to speak to this people who build business. You can't build businesses just on black people. You got to build your businesses based on strong relationships and reliable people. And like I said, how you treat people on the way up is how you going to see, it's going to whoever help you on the way down. The laws of gravity, what goes up must come down in my Murphy Lee voice. So if you stepping on people on the way to the top, they going to kick your ass on the way to the bottom. But they just going to let you fall. But, he can mute Diddy. I mean, shout out to him. I think he deserved to sit in there. Y'all know how I feel about it. My main reason is, I had a whole debate with a dude at the barbershop. And, they basically was like, you really can't speak to them. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, no, I'm just saying, like, the white man don't get in trouble for this. And they let us slide. My thing is this. You did this to your own people. You did this to your own people. Like it's okay. You didn't go do this to a whole bunch of Brads and Beckys and Amirs and Lees and all. You did this to you kept your foot on your own people's neck. You stopped them from making money. Allegedly took their publishing royalties. Allegedly sent some of these people to the upper room, sent people to jail. You didn't do that to them. You did that to your own people. You did that to your own people. To me, it don't get no worse than that. So if he commute him, I ain't really mad about it, bro. I'm just not a big fan of dog. For years, a lot of guys, the business was so bad, he wouldn't let a lot of guys get to a second album. And if he did, they didn't really, man, he just didn't do right by a lot of people, man. That look like him. So check out the music entertainment playlist, current news playlist. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. I appreciate the love and support. Everything inside the link tree. Peace.